ago. Once they had him subdued and in handcuffs and down on the ground, they started checking out the area here, his car. They found a rifle with twin cylinder clips. They found a second assault rifle in his truck, an armor-piercing rifle, that is, they told us. Also an AK-47. Tons, not tons, but many rounds of ammo, 30 to 60 rounds. He was wearing a full body armor suit and a ski mask. So officers say these suspects were in for the long haul, that they were ready to go after this Bank of America here in North Hollywood at all costs. So very dangerous suspects. Now, we've been trying to get more information from the detectives out here, but they say they have very limited information since this is such a large crime scene. They still aren't even sure. They're telling us whether or not there are any outstanding suspects in this area. We have been told to be sure that we continuously look over our shoulders because the situation here could change within a moment. That's the information we're getting from this spot. In the meantime, police officers right now are combing the streets that are around here. They are going door to door, knocking on the doors, talking to residents, checking out the homes. They have been told that if nobody answers those doors, that they should check around the yard and make sure this entire area is secure. Again, this suspect was caught. We had aerial footage of that live earlier today here on Kcal 9. And he's been now on the ground there, lying there for the last...
He's right now. But we had reports earlier that an elderly woman was shot, caught somehow in the crossfire. Okay, now we're getting more reports that 2 citizens have been wounded. 2 innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire as this shootout erupted in front of the Bank of America in North Hollywood. We don't know any more about the condition of these 2 people. We'll try to get that, and we'll bring it to you as soon as it's available. But we understood earlier, again, that 1 elderly woman was down. The report was an elderly woman down, is the report that we got back here at the base. And we don't know any more about a second citizen who might have been injured. But we understand now, reports are that 2 citizens were caught in the crossfire and were wounded. So we're trying to get some clarification on that, and we will bring you up to date on that as soon as we get that information. Again, we have several operations that are unfolding all at the same time. You have the actual Bank of America building, where there are reports that customers locked themselves in the vault, customers and possibly employees, and we had reports that they're doing okay and that they would be released shortly. And we don't know exactly what else may be transpiring in the main part of the bank right now, and perhaps that's why they have decided not to let those folks out of there. Let's take a look at some tape that was shot earlier. When Sky 9 first arrived on the scene, this is what we saw. 1 suspect parading in front of the Bank of America, shooting at police. Several rounds, as you can see right there. A gun battle that lasted between the suspect and police for possibly 45 seconds or longer. And this was one in a series of shootouts that we saw this morning. You can see as the camera pans over there, an undercover officer down next to the police unit, lying next to a pool of blood. That officer later transported. But this is what Sky 9 saw when it first got there this morning. Several rounds fired, a gun battle that seemed to go on and on and on, and injured officers lying in the streets. This suspect that was doing the shooting eventually tried to, after parading in front of the bank for several minutes, tried to make his way across the street and hide, apparently was trying to make his getaway, but hide behind a tractor trailer. And that's where police again engaged him and were able to take him down there. We don't know if this is the suspect who we have reports now later died, but you can see what was going on right now, right there, as he was getting what seemed like additional ammunition and additional weapons from the white car there with the trunk open. He would walk back and forth to the car, load his weapon again, and engage police. Then a second suspect made his way down the street, tried to approach several vehicles. When he approached this pickup truck, the driver made a run for it, managed to get away. And then the suspect proceeded to try to load his ammunition and his weapons into the pickup truck His car had been disabled. The white car had been disabled in the shootout with police. But as he was doing that, police arrived. Initially, 2 officers arrived. They engaged him in a shootout. He was the one, police tell us, that began firing at them. They eventually managed to get him to lie on the ground and surrender. And that's when they approached him. And as you can see right here, they got him to lie down, spread out. And that's when they took him into custody. This tape shot earlier, shortly after 10 o'clock this morning, is when this was shot. This whole situation began shortly before 10 o'clock in the morning and has been going all morning long. And as you can see, a mob of officers at this point descends around the suspect, surrounds him, and then is able to secure the scene and take him into custody.